Today, we're looking at some of the best detective and mystery games available on Nintendo Switch. These are story-driven experiences where investigation, puzzle solving, and uncovering the truth take center stage. Let's get started with number 15, Disco Elysium. The final cut drops you into the shoes of a washed-up detective waking up in a trashed motel room with no memory, no badge, and a massive hangover. But this isn't just about finding out who committed a murder. It's about figuring out who you are. The game lets you build your personality through internal dialogues with aspects of your psyche, like logic, empathy, or authority. Every choice you make changes how people see you, how you see the world, and how the investigation unfolds. You won't be pulling guns or chasing criminals. This one's all about deep dialogue, philosophical dilemmas, and solving crimes through thought. With its incredible writing and reactive storytelling, it's easily one of the most unique detective games out there. Number 14, AI The Somnium Files. This one takes you deep into a futuristic Tokyo where you're solving murders not just through forensics, but by literally diving into people's dreams. You play as Detective Konami Date, working with an AI companion named Aiba, who lives in your artificial eye. The real-world investigation scenes mix with surreal dreamscapes, where logic bends and hidden truths emerge through puzzles and visual metaphors. It's weird, stylish, and totally unpredictable. One moment you're interrogating suspects, the next you're exploring subconscious fears in dream worlds. The choices you make in dreams affect the real world and vice versa, creating a layered, mind-twisting mystery. Unavowed brings classic point-and-click mystery vibes with a supernatural twist. You start off as someone who was possessed by a demon, now free, but haunted by what happened while you were under its control. Joining a secret society that protects New York from the paranormal, you begin investigating bizarre cases tied to your past. The pixel art visuals are atmospheric, and the writing is sharp, with strong character interactions and branching choices. You pick a backstory, recruit allies, and tackle mysteries that blend urban fantasy with real human emotion. It's not about inventory puzzles or pixel hunting, it's about narrative depth and moral decisions with multiple endings and party-based investigations. Unavowed offers a personal, engaging mystery experience. If you're into stories where the supernatural meets detective work, this one's a hidden gem. Return of the Aura. Dinn throws you into one of the most fascinating detective setups ever made. A merchant ship has drifted back to port with no crew, and it's your job as an insurance investigator to figure out what happened to all 60 people on board. Using a magical pocket watch, you can witness the exact moment of someone's death, frozen in time, and slowly piece together the fates of the entire crew. The game's monochrome visuals may seem simple, but they create a haunting atmosphere that fits the ghost ship setting perfectly. There's no hand-holding here. The game trusts you to connect the dots, spot subtle clues, and build theories. Every solved identity feels like a real achievement. It's smart, stylish, and unlike anything else on the Switch. For fans of logic-based investigation, it's an absolute must. Tangle Tower delivers a colorful, charming, yet surprisingly intricate murder mystery set in a strange mansion filled with eccentric characters. You play as Detective Grimoire and his sharp partner Sally, trying to uncover who killed Freya Fellow in a locked room with no witnesses and a very strange clue: a painting that seems to hold the weapon. The game shines with its witty dialogue, expressive animations, and voice acting that gives every suspect real personality. Puzzles are clever and well integrated into the investigation, never feeling like filler. As you explore the twisting halls of the tower, you'll start to notice how everything connects, even when it initially feels offbeat or surreal. It's a murder mystery that keeps its tone light while still offering satisfying detective work. If you enjoy quirky characters and sharp writing, this one's a delight. Nope, Murder by Numbers blends classic detective storytelling with puzzle solving in a way that's totally unique.
Set in the 1990s Los Angeles, you play as Honor Miss Rai, a TV actress who turns into a real-life detective after stumbling into a murder mystery on set.
Alongside her is Scout, a floating robot with a mysterious past and a knack for scanning clues. Instead of traditional point-and-click mechanics, you solve nonogram puzzles to uncover evidence. Think Pyros meets crime scene investigation. The game mixes lighthearted humor with emotional storytelling, and each case dives deeper into both Honor's and Scout's backstories. It's full of vibrant visuals, stylish characters, and a catchy soundtrack by the composer of Phoenix Wright. If you love cozy mysteries with a twist of logic, this one's worth your time. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective kicks off with a bang, literally, as you wake up dead with no memory and a limited time before your spirit fades away. But death has its perks. You can now possess objects and manipulate them to change events in the world. Each case becomes a clever puzzle where you rewind time, prevent deaths, and uncover the truth behind your murder. The game's animations are incredibly smooth, with characters that are full of personality and humor despite the dark premise. What starts as a quirky ghost story slowly builds into a gripping mystery with emotional twists and a surprisingly grand scale. It's stylish, clever, and full of those aha moments that make detective games so rewarding. If you like your mysteries with a supernatural edge, Ghost Trick is unforgettable. This entry blends two haunting sides of mystery. One new and cryptic, the other a pair of revived classics. Emo. The Smiling Man is an upcoming horror-themed mystery that remains wrapped in eerie secrecy. From what we've seen, it leans into psychological fear, unsettling imagery, and a protagonist who might be unraveling more than just a case. On the other hand, Famicom Detective Club brings two remade visual novel classics, The Missing Heir and The Girl Who Stands Behind, with fully voiced dialogue and modern art. These are deeply rooted in Japanese murder mystery traditions, packed with family secrets, betrayals, and small-town tension. Together, they showcase both the future and past of Nintendo's mystery storytelling. Whether you want psychological chills or retro-style whodunits, this combo has something memorable to offer. L.A. Noire puts you in the polished shoes of Cole Phelps, a World War II vet turned LAPD detective navigating the seedy underbelly of 1940s Los Angeles. This isn't your typical action-heavy game. It's all about reading faces, interrogating suspects, and piecing together crime scenes to uncover the truth. Every expression matters, and making the wrong call in a conversation can cost you the case. The game perfectly captures the noir vibe with jazzy tunes, vintage cars, and morally gray characters around every corner. It's a slow burn filled with sharp writing and layered cases that span everything from petty theft to full-blown conspiracy. While the mechanics might feel dated at times, the atmosphere and storytelling still hit hard. If you've ever wanted to star in a classic detective film, this is as close as it gets. What the hell? Stop or I will shoot! So here's something cool. The Ace Attorney Investigations Collection brings back Miles Edgeworth, but this time you're not stuck in a courtroom yelling objection all day. Instead, you're actually out in the field solving crimes firsthand. You examine crime scenes, follow leads, and chase down contradictions right there on the spot. It's got that classic Ace Attorney charm, wild characters, dramatic twists, and ridiculous logic, but it plays more like a mystery adventure game. The collection bundles two titles, and both have been visually upgraded with smoother animations and updated UI that makes them feel surprisingly modern. These weren't originally released everywhere, so for a lot of people, this will be their first time jumping in, and they hold up really well. If you've ever wanted more detective work in your courtroom drama, this is exactly that. Next over at number 5, Chinatown Detective Agency. This one's like if Carmen Sandiego grew up, moved to a cyberpunk version of Singapore, and started chasing down global conspiracies.
You play as Amamira Dharma, a former cop trying to keep her new detective agency afloat while dealing with missing persons, stolen artifacts, and some seriously shady clients. What makes this game stand out is how it blends old-school point-and-click mechanics with real-world puzzle solving. Like you actually need to do research outside the game to figure some clues out.
The pixel art style is clean. The soundtrack hits that noir vibe, and the story goes way deeper than it first lets on. It's definitely got some rough edges, but if you like the idea of solving crimes with a mix of brains and actual internet sleuthing, it's a refreshing twist on the genre, worth checking out for sure. From the creators of Danganronpa, this one leans hard into flashy mystery storytelling with a surreal twist. You play as Yuma, a detective in training suffering from amnesia, partnered with a death god named Shinigami who lives in your shadow. Yeah, it's that kind of game. You're solving murders in a city where crime is out of control, and every case takes you into a dreamlike mystery labyrinth where you confront lies head-on. The visuals are stylish with over-the-top animations and some seriously creative puzzle segments. It's dramatic, weird, and honestly kind of brilliant once it gets going. The tone swings between dark and totally bonkers, but that's part of the charm. If you like your detective games loud, stylish, and filled with anime energy, this one's a wild ride worth taking. Okay, stay with me here. This is a noir detective game where everyone's an animal, and you're playing as a grizzled chicken cop. Sounds ridiculous, but Chicken Police plays it totally straight in the best way possible. The writing is sharp, full of classic hard-boiled narration, and the voice acting absolutely nails the noir tone. You're investigating a dangerous case in a city full of corruption, shady characters, and buried secrets, and it all somehow works like really well. Visually, it's striking too. Black and white photorealistic character art with splashes of color for style. Under the feathers and fur, this is a legit detective adventure, complete with interviews, clue hunting, and lots of dry wit. It's weird, bold, and surprisingly deep. Easily one of the most unique mystery games on the Switch. And finally, Detective Pikachu returns. Yeah, it's a talking Pikachu in a little hat, but don't let that fool you. This is a full-blown detective game wrapped in a charming, kid-friendly package. You play as Tim Goodman, once again teaming up with the gruff, coffee-loving Pikachu to solve a string of mysteries across Rhyme City. The cases start small, missing Pokémon, strange noises, but gradually connect into something way bigger and more personal. It's definitely not the most challenging game out there, but it's packed with personality, humor, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. The world feels alive with Pokémon walking around naturally, and the animations give everything a nice cinematic touch. If you're looking for a cozy mystery vibe that still scratches that detective itch, this one does the trick. And honestly, who doesn't want to solve crimes with Pikachu? I got your back. Now this one's a throwback in the coolest way. Raidou Kuzunoha vs. the Soulless Army is a remastered cult classic from the Shin Megami Tensei universe, blending detective noir with demon summoning chaos. You play as Raidou, a devil summoner and high school student. Yeah, it's very Japanese. Investigating a bizarre case in 1920s Tokyo. It starts simple enough, but things spiral fast into a world of secret experiments, time travel, and, well, soulless mechanized soldiers. The vibe is pure vintage mystery, but with that signature SMT edge. You're battling demons in real time, collecting intel around the city, and piecing together clues that go way beyond the natural world. The remaster gives it a sharper look and smoother performance, but it still carries that old-school charm. If you're into detective stories with supernatural twists, this one hits a rare, weird sweet spot. So, that's 16 of the best detective and mystery games you can play right now on Nintendo Switch. From story-heavy adventures to classic investigations, these games offer something for anyone who enjoys solving a good mystery. Let us know which ones you've played, or if there's any underrated gem we missed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.